Hello, hello, another wonderful summer's day. I trust you are doing well. Today, I would like to discuss the art of conversation. Hello, my name is Leon Lacouvé, the grandfather. And as I was just saying, today we're going to discuss the art of conversation. Now, what is conversation? Conversation, I believe, is essentially me shrouded in my body, attempting to express my thoughts to you. And you, therefore, will understand them, which is the big issue. Now, the art of conversation, at one point in history, was actually taught. All learned people learned how to converse with one another. And if we look in the world today, with its violence and its anger, obviously the art of conversation is sadly lacking. And of course, why? Well, I maintain a lot of it has to do, in the last 20 years at least, with the internet. Such a wonderful skill, so much knowledge involved, and yet we're not using it. Why do I say this once again? Well, because essentially I believe that we are peaceful human beings. If I say, for instance, I love you, everyone understands. I love you like a friend, I love you like a husband, I love you like a boyfriend or a girlfriend. But if I say, I hate you, wait a moment, how do you hate me? I'm confused. You don't like the way I look, you don't like the way I smell. So love is universal, and love, I believe, is associated with the pure art of conversation. So how do I begin? Well, the very first thing I believe I must do, if I'm going to develop this skill, is I must begin to write in my notebook every single day. Document who I am, what I'm about, because all of us, I'm sure, at around 20 years old or so, will begin to ask the question, A, why am I here? B, what is my mission? And C, what will happen ultimately when I die? What will happen? What will happen with God, Gaia, and or the universe? These three fundamental questions I must somehow resolve. Once I resolve these questions, I can then proceed, because I realize that I'm an individual in the world. Now, this is about my personal brand, my brand. Now, if I say perhaps Mercedes-Benz, Mazda, Coca-Cola, Nike, everyone understands immediately what these concepts, these logos, these icons actually mean. I must be the same. I must be instantly defined by my actions, by my look, by my thoughts. Then we stumble, of course, into the idea, of small talk. Small talk. Small talk itself is another skill associated with the art of conversation. Now, when I was young, some difficulties really, because we had to learn formal British English, very staid, if you will, way of approaching language. But today, because English is so international, no one cares if you speak Chinese English, Canadian English, American English. In England, in Britain, they still do care. But for the most part, the world doesn't care about your accent, but it does care about your personal brand. Are you associated with excellence or not? Now, in the art of small talk, we actually develop this concept of conversation, because what we do is we realize that small talk is not small talk, it's actually big talk. Within 2 or 3 minutes, people can define who you are. Small talk is broken into two facets, the formal side and the informal side. The formal side is, if you will, a probing side. We discuss the weather, sports, traffic or movement, and we listen. We listen to the responses of the other individual. And then perhaps, just perhaps, I want to extend this into the informal side. So I say, well, let's get a coffee together sometime. And you say, that would be great. Or you say, that would be great, but I'm going to be busy for the months of July and August. And I'll give you a shout later. And of course, the other individual never will. So, but let's assume that they do. Then we can slowly begin, build a relationship. We perhaps can discuss politics, perhaps discuss religion, and then Some people discuss money, but usually never discuss. So, the art of conversation. I can build it, I can develop it. Firstly, however, I must build my personal brand, my skills in the art of small talk, and then I will slowly begin to probe in the world, gain knowledge, pure knowledge, always be a learner, a lifetime learner. Very, very important. And you know what they say? Critical thinking is necessary, and of course, critical thinking is great. To you, please have another wonderful day. God bless. Bye-bye.